I don't know how my parents managed to educate me and my brother in some of the most finest institutions of the country. I didn't always like or agree with the routine of a boarding school. All the rules that they had, what to do with knowledge is the path to wisdom. I was born in a very humble home in Allahabad in Uttar Pradesh. My father was a teacher at the Allahabad University. We had very limited means. His salary, I think, was about 500 rupees a month. But he always paid a lot of attention to education. And I don't know how my parents managed to educate me and my brother in some of the most finest institutions of the country. But I really want to acknowledge their contribution today in making me what I am, because it is only their prayers and their effort that have brought me here. I did my early education at a school in Allahabad, and then I was sent to a boarding school which was even more expensive than where I was being educated in Allahabad. And I sometimes used to ask my father how he could manage all this. So he would work during office hours. He had been transferred to the External Affairs Ministry, and he was doing a government job, was perhaps about 1,200 rupees salary. But he said that just in order to give you good education, he would accept, because he was a poet and a literature, he would go out at night to different poetic symposiums, earn that money, that extra money, which he would put into our education. And I really want to accept and laud that effort that parents make in order to see that their children receive the best education. I studied in a boarding school, which was called Sherwood in Nainital. And I really would like to share with you some of the inputs that I got during my years there. The true impact of Sherwood College that had on my life was in its ethos. This forms the core of continuity between my generation and the present one. The education of the greatest value that I received in Sherwood was how to be a human being, of what is called in shorthand character. I don't mean the ones that I play in my films, but admittedly I had the benefit of inspirational parenthood. As I just said, my parents always insisted on education and learning. And many a times my father would narrate several stories about how the importance of education is. He used to narrate a story which is somewhat mythological. हनुमान जी जो थे उनको ज्ञान चाहिए था, तो वो गए ईश्वर के पास, उन्होंने कहा हमें ज्ञान चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए? तो उन्होंने कहा देखिए आप सूर्य देवता के पास जाइए, सूर्य के पास जाइए, वो ज्ञान के भंडार हैं, वो आपको ज्ञान देंगे। तो हनुमान जी सूर्य देवता के पास पहुंचे। सूर्य ने कहा देखिए मैं तो निरंतर चलता रहता हूं, कैसे सीखेंगे आप मुझसे? तो हनुमान जी ने कहा कि मैं आपके सामने उल्टा चलूंगा, आप ज्ञान मुझे देते जाइए, मैं उल्टा चलता रहूंगा। कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर आपको ज्ञान सीखना, और जितने यहाँ स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो शायद इस बात से सहमत ना हो, आपको सूर्य देवता के उदय होने से पहले उठना पड़ेगा। और एक उन्होंने और बहुत अच्छी एक संस्कृत का श्लोक बताया कि सूर्योदय च अस्तमय चशाइनम जहात लक्ष्मी रपि चक्रवर्तीनम। मतलब ये कि सूर्य उदय होने के बाद और अस्त होने से पहले जो इंसान सोता है उसकी सारी लक्ष्मी, चाहे वो राजा भी ना हो, वो सारी लक्ष्मी चली जाती है। तो ये सब बाबूजी ने हमको सिखाया था। माय स्कूल मोटो इन शोवुड was Miriat. It was a Latin motto which said, Miriat quisque palmam. Let each one merit their own prize. So each one had to be meritorious to be able to earn a prize. Secondly, one must harness the power of dignity through training. The training of the mind, the body, and the spirit. Another word for this training is discipline. I didn't always like or agree with the routine of a boarding school. all the rules that they had, what time to get up, when to polish your shoes, when to wear your uniform, what time you have to be in. We hated it. But afterwards, I can tell you, I really appreciated the fact that had it not been for this initially imposed regimen, I could not have learned to harness the power of my own dignity myself. Academic achievement is not enough. The kind of knowledge gained through a good education is more than just the acquisition of information. Knowledge is learning what to do with all that information. That is the role of good character. And learning what to do with knowledge is the path to wisdom.